hold on.
I heard it all at least. I thought it was pretty good.
Hopefully you
All
don't
right.
remember
Well,
this.
let's see. Can you hear me now? Can I be
Let
heard?
me check.
S-
Hold on.
Yep. There you go.
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Man, I should have
Hopefully. All
checked
right.
sooner.
Well,
I should have checked sooner. What the heck was I thinking? All right. Let's make sure the chat's open here at the very least, so I don't screw up again. Let's see if we can't get that mojo back for basically all of that conversation. Yeah, it was just insane in the chat. So how'd we all do this week?
Yeah.
All right.
How'd you do, Celery? How'd you fall for placement there,
So,
bud?
yeah, started out great.
Is it
Uh,
because retarded?
had, perfect for the first 2 days, then lost a few points, and then stayed perfect and got as high as 12th before the second to last day when I had a couple of missteps, dropped me down to 45th, but was in a great position to get my 8th gold medal. And then the last day, I went up against a Seraphim team and straight up lost. So
Yeah, I
dropped me
wouldn't
all
go
the way
against
to
the Seraphim team.
467.
She just has an ungodly amount of agility for a healer unit. Is just crazy. So you're just not gonna. It's hard. She's gonna run back there. She's gonna buff, and then next turn she's gonna heal. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. I just
I
wouldn't
liked
go
what you
against
said
her.
better the first time.
I want to say welcome to the Arena Watch podcast. I realized that since I announced that when I was muted, you guys didn't hear any of that. So welcome back to the Arena Watch podcast. We're on week 18 of the arena. We got the map here. We don't got any type this week. This might be the very map that they use. It's hard to tell because sometimes we're lined up with JP, sometimes we're not. Lately, we've been lined up week by week for what they have. When we're not lined up, it's easy to tell because Zam, for weightless, for 265 weight, for no S unit week. For those weeks, it's easy to tell, but right now it's hard to tell. So I don't know. This falls on 235 weight week, so this might be the same map as well, since we have been lined up for the past few weeks with them. So what do you guys? Well, before we get into the map, I'll recap how I did. I was doing pretty well this week. I was all perfect in the beginning, and then I went up against the match where I had like the placement was awkward, so everyone was in the back. I couldn't kill everyone turn one, and I had a 4-man team. I decided to go with one of those 16k teams. Like it was like 65, 65, 50, and then an S or something. Sorry, a B. And it was something like a 220 team, 16,000 CP. It's hard to hit everyone, with a 4-man team and get everyone down. So everyone ran to the back, was in the back or whatever. I'm running up. I couldn't damage basically anyone on turn one. And turn two, I was hoping to kill more people, but I couldn't. I kind of boxed myself in with the positioning, and I couldn't hit people the way I wanted to. So I went for less prime targets, and then it went on to turn three, basically. So I lost 4 points, but so I got the second highest possible score you could get. But that's how I did this week. What about you? What about you, Trop? We all know you did terrible. So just give it to us straight.
I gotta give it to you straight. Could have been better. Could have been worse. I got a few 128s, but it could have been better. I'm just
Yeah.
hoping to listen to your guys'
Just
podcast, hoping to improve,
hold on to those
hoping to.
128s. That helps. That definitely helps. Yeah. And we might keep you on for longer if you keep getting those 128s. Otherwise, we're gonna axe you pretty soon. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. I just haven't been performing recently.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about those numbers later, Trop. But congrats on your ranking this week. Glad you got what was it? Uno? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I
Primero?
think
How do you say?
first or something, and
I
I don't
don't
know. It's just a
know.
random
It's just a
random
random
rank. I
number.
got a few tokens. It's
Yeah. Not definitely no fourth. So, and if you guys read the DQT Kage server, you could see my ranking came in pretty good here, 30,598. Pretty good for global. What do you guys think?
I don't see the phone fully.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, rank 30,598. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did pretty
yeah.
good.
It's backwards, but it's you get the point. It's I think it's good. I think that's a good score. Yeah,
Well, one day I'll get that score.
yeah. One day you guys will get that high. But yeah, that was my score this week. I screenshotted that as the animation was rolling out, so I kind of got it early there. Maybe we have that many people playing. I think it was a bit more because I screenshotted early, but I didn't screenshot the very highest number that it showed. So there's
Oh,
over 30,000 players playing in global for arena. So that's quite a bit.
it's actually really good. Yeah, we've been like 20,000 at some point when we did that experiment. So this is pretty good.
I think so. I think it's been getting better and better, to be honest.
Yeah, hopefully they're not just adding more.
Yeah. Unless if that animation just has nothing to do with how many people actually are there, then that would kind of suck, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we have no type this week, so what do you guys? All we have is a map, and this may or may not be the correct map. So what do you guys think of the map we have going on here? What stands out to you
Well,
guys here with this map?
I think what stands out to me is it looks eerily similar to the week 7 map in which I did well. You have the opportunity if the opponents aren't being little bitches to place 3 breath users at the front and maybe a killing machine or a jaguar or something on the side, and I don't know, the rest figures itself out. They can only hide so much this week because there's only one back tile, so you can at most, I guess, protect one unit. You can put someone, I guess, on the
Mhm.
side and kind of protect them, but if the enemy has a Zoma, they're probably going to hit it anyway. So it depends what you're going towards. There really aren't a lot of hiding spots, to be honest. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very open and just kind of like this week. Just there's a couple blocks there, but I think the open maps, if you're going for the 128s, then the open maps tend to be the least obstructive towards accomplishing that. It is-
for sure. This is not as good as this week was, but this is a pretty decent map, I think. And this week did have some pitfalls with how far back units could be, and this one doesn't have that same issue. Looks like only like
Hmm.
Trop pointed out, only one tile is really far back. It seems so.
Yeah.
That's good. Um, there are wings too. There's 2 wings, other than the middle lane. And you could do single target units there. Like if they have 2 units, one behind the block and one in the wing, you could use S
Mhm.
Stark, hit them both with his Zam Slash.
Yeah.
So that's a potential. Or you could have Zoma in that lane again, Glacial Doom or Psy Cannon. Uh, any sort of line target hit or any sort of single target hit will be well placed there, I think. Uh, Compared to, say, like the breath would be a 3-move breath user would be better placed in one of the middle tiles probably, but still could be in the wings. Who knows? It just depends how you want to use them. Because look how they have the units positioned here, right? So if you
Mhm.
put a breath user where, say, like White King is or something, is that a White King? Looks
I
like it.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
in the
can kind of
wing.
see that
So
one.
he could move to the tile. Uh,
Mhm.
where is that a what is that? There's a Zoma, there's a Boreal Dragon, and then in between them it looks like a Metal Dragon. Is that Metal Dragon? I can't
Uh,
tell. Yeah, but
no, I don't see any metal dragons here.
who's that
There's
unit
a
then?
Pissarro.
Oh, that's a Sorrow. Okay, so sorry, the image is coming up really small for me. So there's a sorrow. You could breath, basically. You could stand behind the block, in between those two blocks, and then breath sorrow, boreal, and Zoma. Let's assume that they're slower, right? These are slower units. Let's pretend they're switched out for all units that are going to move after your breath unit, who you did put agility on instead of HP, by the way. You could manage to breath them all from that wing as well, so that's an option.
Mhm.
Yeah. And again, you could take that block to the left of the tile to the left of White King. You could put Zoma there. Assuming that there wasn't a sorrow there, you could move up one and to the right one and Glacial Doom both those units there. So that's a potential. So you could stack a lot of damage, I think, in the corners. They can't really run this time. The
Yeah,
wings
I'd
are
like to
pretty
quickly point
dangerous.
out something.
What's up?
So I'd like to quickly point out something about this map because I just thought about it. So we played this map in week 7 last time, and it seemed easy, and it was like easy, honestly. You just had to get lucky to not get critical hit. But and this is the same map, but the difference this time from last time is the units that are out. Sure, it's the same map. Sure, you have the same angles and everything, but you also have Sorrow and a Stark out this map. So whether it's a crit, whether it's an unlucky, like this is an easy map, but now more than last time, it's going to be easy to overextend and accidentally get a unit killed. So I feel like this map, at least for me, is either going to be a 128 map or a 120 map, but it's not going to be a 124 map.
So basically, all the units are within range to get hit, the enemy units,
Mm-hmm.
but that also puts you in range to get hit, is what you're trying to say?
By everything, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
And what I'm saying that and the units are stronger, right? Like Sorrow was barely a thing last time, so this time when you're overextending, you got to be really careful to kill that Sorrow before you can really move up. And then same with the Stark, which honestly, just avoid a Stark. Don't even bother trying to strategize what to do to an awakened Stark. Just avoid it.
And what do you guys think about permutations? So like, what kind of teams are you guys going to be running here, you think, with this map?
Let me do the math. So 2 U's as usual, Stark and DLTF. Oh, it's a good question actually, because now I can afford to. Man, now I can afford to actually run Zoma,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
can't I? Because I can either run Halberd Killing Machine or I can run Zoma Slan. Okay, that's interesting.
So you can do 65, 65, 50, A and a C if you want. That's a potential. I think you could also do. Could you do triple 65? Wait, let me see something
Yeah,
here.
you could do UUUAF.
Yeah, you could do triple 65 and an F. You could also do quadruple 50s and an A. So that's a potential, though I wouldn't suggest doing quadruple 50s. You could do, was it 50, 65? Sorry, let me see. You could do 50, 65, 50, 50, and I don't know. What would that leave you with? What would that leave you with? Because you have what? 15 minus. Okay, so what's 20 weight? B's or B's are 25?
D.
20?
20?
Oh, C's. C's are 20.
C's are 20. Okay.
I think so.
So yeah, really. So yeah, you could do. I want to say you could do 65, 50, 50, 50, and no, I don't think a C is that much. Hold on. Because okay, so I'm running. Yeah, you should be able to do then 50. 350s, a 65, and a C, I guess. Yeah. So those are the permutations. So it's going to be 65, 65, 65F, 65, 65, 50, A, C. There's 65, 50, 50, 50, and a C. So those are your options, mostly. I want to say anything other than that kind of permutation is just weird because you're losing out on S units at that point. So I wouldn't go any lower than that personally.
Yeah, I think you're right. You don't want to really not too interesting.
But I think key units for this map could be Zoma, S Stark, Halberd. I think those are the key units for this map. There might be other people who want to bring Dragonlord True Form instead of Zoma. I won't because the wings are a thing. So yeah, I think I'll be bringing those units this week. And then I don't know, for A ranks it would either be Slon, it would be Bone Baron. For C it's going to be the Fightgeist always. Fightgeist just has so much movement. You can't go wrong with Fightgeist.
Then you got Zamel.
Yeah.
It's a good unit.
He's a good unit for sure. But other than that, F ranks I would bring either Ghost or Draki, whichever one you put mid heal on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that because you put mid-heal on your Draki?
No, I put it on my Ghost, but Draki's going to get a pretty nice bloom and is going to have enough wisdom to hit the cap.
Oh, nice. I guess Draki's not bad either, but isn't he only 2 move? So he's like significantly just worse.
Yeah, but if you're using it for mid heal, he's going to stay in the back, and hopefully you could still get your units with 2 move. Hopefully, if it's positioned right. Hopefully. I mean,
that does bring up something that I was considering even this week, is that like I don't heal with Ghost. It doesn't ever seem to come into play where I can actually save a unit without putting Ghost in danger of death. So
it is like, niche, but it sees its
actually
uses sometimes. I mean, I've literally killed a unit with Ghost that I wouldn't have otherwise 128.
That's my point. Instead of putting mid heal on Ghost, remember I was the dumb one who didn't put mid heal on my Ghost. It only has heal. But instead of replacing heal with mid heal, I was considering putting like a B rank spell on it.
Just don't give him Zamel.
More damage.
Just don't give him Zamel. He gets Zamel with the bloom.
With his bloom? Yeah, so that was my thought, is that a lot of times with Ghost, I'm using him to finish off a weakened opponent.
Mm-hmm.
That's a potential.
So I might just go one step further and put a B rank spell on him.
That wouldn't be the worst.
It wouldn't be the worst, no. It would have to depend what spell you're going to put on him. I think with Zamel, maybe Crackle would be good coverage. I don't know. I'll have to double check.
There's something that I do. Oh.
Go ahead.
Me or Celery?
You, Trop, I guess. I don't know. Because you asked.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I was just going to say to that point, I don't use mid-heal very often, but just, I guess, a word of advice. When I do feel like I try to judge the team when I feel like the team is going to be hard, but not hard enough that I need all the extra damage. I put the sword, like an HP sword, on my Ghost, and then it can usually heal no problem unless it has an element that it's weak to. Otherwise, yeah, the only times I feel safe healing it are when it's like a White King who will do Whoosher.
Basically, yeah.
Or something like that is what I'm thinking. But one funny thing I actually did last week, it's not really funny, but I realized that the new robe that we get from Atlas is the best Wisdom robe so far. So I just put it on my Ghost. I know that people are going to put it on their Zoma, but I wasn't using Zoma, so I got to put it on my Ghost. Then heals for 259 with that and the other stuff. So it's not terrible.
Oh yeah, no, the amount of healing hasn't been the issue. It's being able to heal something without putting him in range of any attacks.
I think the fact that he has 4 move pretty much does that for him, though. Like, if you heal up units if your units are slower than the enemies, let's say, you heal those unit or they're faster, right? It doesn't matter. So let's say you hit the enemy hit you, now you heal your unit moves up. And now it kind of blocks off those enemy units from hitting ghosts because you moved up, if that makes sense. And sometimes healing a unit preemptively, not like to save its life or anything. Like maybe it has 800 HP out of 1,000 and you heal it for 200. It's like maybe it having max HP will prevent it from dying on turn 2. You know what I mean? Or maybe having that full 1,000 is just enough, you know? That maybe Zoma will side cannon a unit if it's below a certain HP threshold instead of breathing it, right? That's a potential. So you heal the unit before Zoma can get to it, and that's one way of doing it, for example.
I think you partially nailed it. I think most of the times I'm comfortable, like healing. What I kind of do with my units is the way they move, and because they all move more than two, they kind of create like a little wall. So if the enemy unit on the other side is like a physical unit, I can feel pretty safe using the heal with the ghost if I need to. If it's a magic unit, I don't feel as safe, right? Because most of the times my ghost only has like 230 HP. So I get what you're saying. And I do still agree with Celery. I'd say that 90% of the time I use it for damage, but I still do use mid heal and it saved me like 10% of the time. But that's when I'm dealing with mostly like physical units, and I just need that extra little bit of HP because I know they're fast and they're gonna hit my guys first. So it has helped me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very slow to use scrolls, so I'll probably have
It's an
weeks
intensive
to try
resource
to
endeavor, and then you have to drop a bunch of tomes to try to get it up. It's not easy. That's for sure. It's not easy.
Yeah, I think if we ever got a uh, what's the Medusa spell, like pyrokinetic blast or
Oh
whatever
yeah.
it's called, psychokinetic blast, that the B rank side cannon. If we ever got that on a scroll, I'd probably put it on Ghost. Just
Or the other ability that Medusa has, because both of them are like 404, 402, something like that for wisdom cap. They're pretty high. They're pretty high. That's a pretty high wisdom cap. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty strong.
yeah, yeah, they're
It's
the
weaker initially
first
because
two
it
of these
scales
spells.
weird, but towards the end of the wisdom cap, becomes stronger. Like his Zam ability is stronger than Zamel at a certain rank, if that makes sense. At a certain amount of wisdom, it surpasses it basically. But up until that point, it's not. So like the
Yeah,
base
it'll
damage
be
is a bit different, but the scaling is better, if that makes sense.
yeah, it'll be nice if they keep.
Medusa's a great
I
unit, by
don't
the way, guys. Don't sleep on Medusa. He's a great unit. He just
I
doesn't
don't
two mobility just kind of sucks, but other than that, he's
yeah
a great unit.
yeah. Oh yeah, like I'm excited. Hopefully that indicates the direction they're going for B rank casters in general, uh, because B rank spells, I should say, because
I mean, that's the only example of one I've
the
seen that they had
is
a
the wisdom.
moderate plus, kind of like what they did with the
Yeah,
breath. That's basically
yeah,
like a moderate plus spell, where it does a higher
yeah.
wisdom cap than the regular spells. So basically, they're not going to fix the old wisdom caps of all the old abilities. They're just going to roll in new ones to cycle out the old ones. That's what they're doing with Bloom. That's what they're doing with everything. They're just cycling out the old with the new. But the old's still going to be there. It's still technically there. You still have scrolls of it. You still have units with those abilities. So it's technically still there. But they're just rolling in more units, more Blooms that have better stuff, and I guess that's the way they're gonna deal with it. So that's weird. We're just like, hey, just raise the wisdom cap. They're like, how about no? So I guess that's the
Yeah.
way they want to do it. It's just a roundabout way, but it's the same thing, I guess. Just a bigger investment for the player base having to get blooming items and whatnot. Yep. Well, I think that summarizes some of our projections on future units. What happened this week, what's going to happen next week. Uh, so, anyways, I think that we could wrap it up here. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a pretty short week. There's no special type or anything that we need to worry about. How do you guys feel about ending it here?
Uh, I agree. Yeah, there's not as much to cover. It's good that we saw the map. Saw a good map, and then as usual, we try to recommend some unit combinations. But yeah, there's
And
nothing
again, the
too
full
special
disclosure
to
might
look
not be
for.
the actual map, but assuming it is.
It might not even be the map, but just in case.
Anyways, guys, this has been Pack Demon. To my left is Celery. To my right is Tropicalvisions. Both of their YouTubes are and Twitches, whatever I could find, is down in the description. If you guys want to join the pack with Pack, go ahead and subscribe down below. If you like this video, like this video. If you have something to say, comment down below. If you guys want people to see our videos, share it. Go ahead, share it. Who's pulling your arm here, really? And if you guys want to catch all the best underground DQT conversations, go ahead and join Kage's Gaming Discord server. And if you guys want to catch all the best DQT guides, go ahead and join my server. We got we got DQT up there for you. I know very hard mode of Hargon's Hall is very difficult. Even hard mode's pretty difficult for some people. So just check that out. The mega boss battles there as well. The future battles are going to be up there. The EX fights are already up there for when they do come out. There's also a special kind of road that's coming out, and that will be there as well. A passage to Renderak. So that's there. Anyways, guys, this has been Pack Demon signing out. Peace.
All right, take care, guys.
Take care.